Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. For today's video, we're going to be checking out some prime time liberal corruption. Now, we've been dealing with the GC Strategies Arrive scam issue for the past few months. There's been a lot of committee hearings where Christian Firth, one of the GC Strategy members, hasn't been fully transparent, hasn't really answered a lot of the questions. And it was getting to the point where the committee hearings just got fed up, and they actually did a standing order, which is the second time in Canadian history that they've done that, to summon somebody to the House of Commons to sit at the bar and answer questions.
Good morning. I'm here with my colleague Andrew Scheer as the Government Operations Committee is set to meet this afternoon, where Common Sense Conservatives will put forward a motion summoning the principals of GC Strategies to appear before the Government Operations Committee. Now, GC Strategies, of course...
I'm just wondering if you can talk about, as a former speaker, how rare is it that you would see the Sergeant-at-Arms hauling somebody before a committee?
Well, it is very rare, and it's unfortunate that it's come to this point. But it's essential that we use this tool if these individuals continue to ignore. So we're going to summon them again. And this time, though, there will be the understanding that if they ignore this summons, that there will be consequences. There is a recent precedent. Speaker Milliken did issue a subpoena to compel testimony from a witness, and law enforcement agencies cooperated with that. Yes, it's rare, but we're talking about at least $60 million of taxpayers' money.
Now, this went through a voting system. All the parties did agree to it. Yet today, as Christian Firth arrived, the Liberals tried to basically shut this down immediately. Now, Christian Firth has been on this whole I have a doctor's note situation where he's not able to answer questions, apparently, because it's too stressful. And this is what the Liberals tried to use in order to get him to not have to answer any questions today.
Pursuant to order made on Monday, April 8th, 2024, the House will now proceed to the appearance of Christian Firth at the bar of the House. Colleagues, the Chair would like to make a brief statement in regard to the historic moment that is about to take place. Indeed, the last time an individual was summoned to the bar of the House to answer questions dates back to 1913, well over a century ago. I wish to remind members that it is incumbent upon all of us to conduct ourselves in a manner befitting of this occasion and to uphold the dignity of this House. I therefore ask for everyone's cooperation in respecting our rules of decorum. I wish to remind honourable members again that all questions are to be addressed through the Chair. Avant de commencer,
before we proceed, I wish to remind honourable members that all questions are to be addressed through the Chair.
l'honorable leader du gouvernement.
The Honourable Leader of the Government.
Monsieur le Président,
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
could Mr. Firth inform the House as to whether he consulted with a medical professional prior to his appearance today regarding answering questions from the House?
Mr. Firth.
Mr. Speaker, yes, I did. I consulted yesterday.
Monsieur l'honorable ministre.
Mr. Speaker, is Mr. Firth comfortable sharing what the doctor told him?
Mr. Firth.
Mr. Speaker, yes, I am. I'm supposed to not participate in any activity that would cause any undue stress to myself, as being diagnosed with having acute mental health flare-ups, actively under therapy, and also on medication.
The Honourable Government House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, was the information about Mr. Firth's medical condition shared with the House of Commons administration?
Mr. Firth.
Sorry, can you answer the question again, please?
Certainly, by all means.
The Honourable, one moment. Just want to make sure the time. The Honourable Government House Leader.
Was the information about Mr. Firth's medical condition shared with the House of Commons administration?
Mr. Firth.
Mr. Speaker, we shared it with the clerk.
The Honourable Government House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, this information is consistent with what was shared with all recognized parties yesterday individually by the law clerk and parliamentary counsel, that Mr. Firth's health is fragile and that a doctor has provided a note recommending that Mr. Firth does not participate in activities such as the questioning today for mental and physical health reasons. Mr. Firth understands that he will have to answer questions and is prepared to do so once his health allows it. I want to be crystal clear. We believe that what happened with the ArriveCan app is unacceptable. We want to assure that all unanswered questions receive answers. That is an important principle of this House. That is why we supported the motion that brings Mr. Firth here today. We want to get to the bottom of this issue, and we want to ensure that committees are respected. All recognized parties were individually informed of options to delay the questioning component of today's proceedings until Mr. Firth has been medically cleared to participate, and only the Conservatives refused. On this side of the House, we do not believe that it is appropriate to question Mr. Firth if he is not medically able to participate. We want this to be done in a way that respects the dignity of Parliament, and forcing someone against medical advice to do something that a doctor believes could harm their treatment and recovery is indeed beneath the dignity of this place. Demonstration of his character, and Canadians should pay careful attention.
It's not helpful. The Honourable Government House Leader.
I'll repeat the last sentence, Mr. Speaker. The Leader of the Opposition is...
The Honourable Opposition House Leader.
Mr.
Sorry,
Chair,
the honourable member from South Surrey, White
Government
Rock.
House Leader is purposely causing disorder in this House. You just asked every person here to keep their conduct calm and within the dignity of the House for these extraordinary proceedings. He is saying things that were in a medical certificate that weren't there, because we had House Leaders' discussion on this, and now he is using the opportunity to attack the official opposition. This is inappropriate, and it causes discord in this House, and it will cause disruption on a continuing basis. I ask you, Mr. Speaker, to please ask the Government House Leader to conduct himself within the dignity and within the four squares of this extraordinary situation and not continue down this path. Thank you.
I thank the Honourable from South Surrey, White Rock for raising this issue. I see that the Honourable Member from Regina Capel is also rising on his feet for point of order.
Mr. On the same point of order, I think it's very important for you to understand how we got here. It is important to know that the witness was offered accommodations that have been granted, and that should there be further accommodations requested in terms of breaks or any type of need to consult with any professional, that we have signaled our absolute cooperation with that. These are very similar to the accommodations that the witness requested when it took months for him to respond to a committee invitation and further summons. These were the same accommodations that were provided when he finally did testify just recently, Mr. Speaker, and that is how we arrived at where we are today. I believe the dignity of this House, the ability for parliamentarians to do their jobs on behalf of taxpayers, on behalf of the taxpayers, many of whom lost every single cent they had during the lockdown, on behalf of the thousands of Canadians who were ordered into quarantine because of this app, it's essential we can...
I thank the member from Regina Capella. I thank the member from South Surrey White Rock for raising these points. And I would like to emphasize to all members the importance of us conducting ourselves. Canadians are clearly watching this historic event, and they would expect us to conduct ourselves befitting to the occasion. With that in mind, I invite the Honourable Government House Leader to finish his remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Indeed, you have pointed out in your remarks earlier just how unprecedented this is. We supported this initiative, but we regret that it's come to this. And when we received the information that all parties were privy to, we made what I think is the responsible decision. And I think what you've just seen across the aisle is very confirmation of what I've been saying. Thank you very much.
I will take it then that we will move on to the next series of questions.
And there you have it. From the jump, from the start, the Liberals immediately tried to shut it down, having some excuse that, oh, the doctor said that he can't do it. He's too stressed out. Everybody knew about his doctor's note. Who cares? They just stated this is unprecedented. This is the second time they've had somebody here in over a century. The fact that they had to actually summon this guy because he wouldn't answer any questions, and he handled Canadian taxpayers' money and made this shitty app and all this stuff. Like, this is a once-in-a-lifetime type of situation to have him actually there. And the Liberals are touting that they voted on bringing him there, but then immediately tried to get it shut down or rescheduled or something like that. Now, luckily, as you heard at the end there, it did continue. It was over 2 hours of questioning. I would say his answers, again, weren't the greatest, or maybe it was just the questions, but it was just absolutely ridiculous that they tried to shut that down so quick. But hey, let me know what you guys think about this. Let me know if you actually saw the full 2.5 hours of the questioning, what you thought about it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks so much.